And we're back. I'm gonna see how this goes. We just did a live like about an hour and a half ago, around 8:30ish to 9. And now, because I haven't been on live before, I'm gonna let TikTok do its thing. See if it's not gonna hate. There's Imani. Welcome back. All right. Yes, her is here. Now, how do I? Oh, there's the invite button. Invitation sent. There we go. How does this look to you? Move myself out of it so we can see all this stuff at the bottom. Here you go. Yeah, that looks good to me. It worked for me. Like, this is how it came out on the green screen, so I can't really zoom in on it.
Okay,
But we can
that's
talk
fine.
about
That's showing enough information right there. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting the best view. Can you see me or what? Oh wait, I haven't turned my thing on. Let's see. Okay, I was gonna put a light on here, but whatever. Oh, here you go. Okay, let me see if this will work. Okay, let me see. Boop. Okay. Ooh. There. Can you see me? Let me see if I can push this up. No, I can't.
to be part of that.
Okay. I guess.
I'm sharing it. Where you go?
I'm here. You don't see me? Damn.
No, because I was sharing it to people.
Okay. Save. Oh, that's what it is. I gotta save. Okay, so then I need to share too. Alright, boop. And boop, 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 boop. Let's see.
So she was one of you. Say hey, baby D. Yes, baby. Hey,
Hey.
Libra.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us. We're talking eclipse season. We're talking. She's a
Okay.
feeling like me.
So I was inviting people. Okay. Cool. Can we see me or no?
Thanks
Yes.
for joining us. Yeah. How's your eclipse season get ready to pop off? Like, it's tomorrow night, but I know we're already feeling it.
Yeah.
Libra, she's a Libra rising, like me, I know, and a Libra stellium.
Who?
She's in the comments. Do a Libra.
Okay. So we got some stuff going on here with mine as we see. And I pretty much want to plan. I want to focus on I guess, mainly my second and eighth house information. If you could can you point to them for people or no?
For eighth house?
Your second and, yeah, just to kind of show what the second house is. So that's the second house.
Yeah, that's the second house.
So you can't.
Tell everybody what we're looking at.
Okay, so hi everybody that's in the chat. Thanks for joining us. I'm Imani, and this here is my transit chart. This is a transit chart, and what a transit chart is it's a current chart of what the current planets are that are happening in the sky now and how they are affecting your natal charts, your natal planets. So if you look on the outer ring of the chart, the wheel here, you'll see, I guess, the inner ring. I'm sorry, the inner ring. If you look on the inner ring, you'll see in blue, those are my natal planets. So if you look at the first house, you'll see I have Sun at 2 degrees in Leo. My rising is at 7 degrees in Leo. My Mercury, 11 degrees in Leo. Jupiter, 16 degrees in Leo. My moon is at 28 degrees in Leo. That's all my first house. That's what I was born with. That's what was happening in the sky when I was born. And then right now, I don't think. Let me see, because let me just see. Do you? Because I don't know if it's cut off. Mars is still in. What's you know what Mars is in?
Mars is in Cancer. This came out of retrograde like 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
And
so
it's
Mars.
back in Leo until I think April or something.
Okay, so Mars. Okay, so it looks like Mars is still in Cancer. Let me look. Yeah, Mars is still in Cancer, but it's cut off here in this picture. So that's currently
We both
transit.
have Mars and Leo, right?
Huh?
You have Mars and Leo in the first house. I said we both have Mars and Leo.
No, I have Mars and Gemini. See, my Mars is in the 11th house.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So my natal Mars is in the 11th house, but the current Mars that's in the
Right, you have
second.
Mars and Gemini, duh, right? I have
Yeah.
Mars and Leo at 7 degrees, and it'll be out of shadow at 6 degrees. So can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So again, so I have so Mars is currently transiting my 12th house, which is where I have Cancer. And it's at what 18 degrees. So and maybe you can kind of tell me what if I'm having a conjunction or something, because I forget what within what degrees does it forms a square, a conjunction, a what is it, a trine, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So maybe
Do
do
me
you
a
know
favor though.
what?
Can we? You wanted me to do. You wanted me to do your trans. I mean, not your trans. Your aspects. But can we relate it to your Pisces and Virgo house so we can know what's going on right there?
That's what I wanted to focus on, but I just was trying to like explain what we were looking at for those that were in the chat. Just kind of showing the inner where all the blue is, the inner circle, all the blue, that's my natal. And on the outer where all the orange, brownish,
Oh, I see. You're talking about that's the current.
those are the current transiting planets, right? So again, what I want to focus on is I don't have as much in my. I want to focus on what's going on in my eighth house and what's going on in my second house.
Right. Those are
And
the
so,
Virgo and Pisces houses. So
right,
here's her second house. I don't know if y'all see. I don't know how to get my. There we go.
yeah,
Where the M is, that's the Virgo house. This is the Scorpio house. It's another M, but the Virgo house is the one with the curlier tail. And right now, the moon is in Virgo. That's where the total lunar eclipse is going to be. It's Pisces season. The opposite sign of Pisces is Virgo. So we go from the second house over to her eighth house, which I can't see behind all these.
right. So I tell you,
But it's like Pisces is your eighth house. What is in Pisces in your eighth house?
so natally, I had just the south node in Pisces. That's what I was born with. But right now,
Well,
I
that's what's
have
significantly affecting you because it's your nodes in these signs that are in the current nodes. So, like you just said, you're having a nodal reverse because the orange node right here next to the moon in her second house is currently transiting there, but these are the ones that were transiting when you were born, and there's the north the north node right there. Right?
yeah. So I have north node in Virgo.
You have North Node in Virgo, and South Node is currently in Virgo. So she's having a nodal reverse right
Right.
now.
Right
Reverse.
now, yes.
Which I
And
just came out of because we just had Libra and Ashe. It's 1010.
1010 Ashe.
My daughter Milan just texted me Ashe. Ashe Zane. We always say that in all the angel numbers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
so
yeah.
you have not only the North Node, you have your part of fortune in Virgo
Yes. My pot of fortune and my Lilith.
and Lilith right there.
Yes.
Just right there.
That's Saturn. I have Saturn in Virgo.
Okay. Yeah, because I have Saturn and Leo. So Imani is like right behind me in age. That's why the outer planets we have are kind of similar. I have Saturn and Leo at 29th degree, so right before it went into Virgo.
Yep.
I was born what, two years after me? 80. What is your birth? It's in what is it in 11? You're 1980, right, Imani?
79.
79. Yeah, it is 2 years after me. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Switch
okay.
times every 2 years. But yeah, so what we can say just by currently, let's see, if the sun is going to be at We can barely see the sun here at Pisces. It's going to be at 24 degrees tomorrow when the moon is at 24 degrees and they have the total lunar eclipse. You don't have anything except
My node.
no, not the node even. What's the node in? I can't really see. The part of fortune is at 3 degrees. The Lilith is at 1. The node is at 10. So you don't have anything in that deacon. So you're kind of out of range with this lunar eclipse, which is a good thing.
Yeah. I'm kind of just barely missing it if it don't, have any aspect.
We got
So
some
that's,
people in the comments. And if you all wanted to tap into yours, let us know in the
yeah,
comments. And please
so
like and follow us. Thanks.
so again, the whole plan is to kind of use the current transits as a guide. And as you see right now, I have a lot going on in my eighth house. And so what we know about eighth house, you want to explain eighth house since you're eighth house?
The eighth house is the Scorpio house. It's the I like to call it the house of intensity, transformation, the house of power and fear. It could be your other people's money.
Yep.
The opposite sign of Scorpio is Taurus. Taurus is money in the pocket. Scorpio's is it money in the pocket and Scorpio's money in the bank, something like that.
Yeah.
It's also the house of rebirth, death and rebirth. So death and rebirth doesn't have to be, the words that it is. It is it is transformation. It's literally ending, releasing. The every sign has a body part, and Scorpio represents the genitals where you release yourself, right? So there are things that we need to release
And create.
and then recreate. Exactly. So this is where Scorpios thrive. So all the things in your eighth house is where you can thrive.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In the second house. In the second house. We're talking about the eighth house. Which one were we talking about? We were talking about the eighth house.
Yeah, we were talking about the eighth house. That's what
we're talking about the second house too, because that's where the total lunar eclipse is.
Yeah.
But the eighth house is where you have Pisces, which is currently where the sun is exposing things that you need to release,
transform from. Yes.
The full moon, because a full moon, the total lunar eclipse is full moons are about release.
Release. Yes. So I'm trying to, while I'm not trying to give this house that much energy, because for me, it's a negative house because it's escapism. Pisces is escapism. Neptune. It is, what else is Pisces? Pisces is kind of delusion. Let anything happen to you. It's, but it's also creativity, right?
Hold on. Can we just talk about delusion since you said it? Because that's my favorite Pisces characteristic and least favorite. Because Neptune, see, this is why we have to do many lives this month, because Neptune, the planet of illusions that rules Pisces, it's modern day ruler, because Pisces is also originally ruled by Jupiter, the planet of
expansion,
illusion too, but abundance and prosperity. But that's why Pisces are God's favorite, and they're well protected, just like Sagittarius. Anyway, mutable signs. Adapt, because the delusion can be adapted, especially as Neptune is what I'm trying to say goes into Aries at the end of this month. Okay, yes. Illusions will be checked and started new, like new illusions or like new wars of the mind. I want to even say things that you released. Now you got to figure out how you want to newly have these images, these idealizations, all the things that represent Pisces. It also has to do with the unconsciousness and subconscious. Mm-hmm. And so when you think of your Pisces house being in the eighth house, like those are two water signs. Those are your emotions are changing. Okay, your ending cycles, because it's the last sign. I know in Pisces season, I always have something going on with my feet. And right now, like my ankles be swelling.
But Pisces rules the feet.
That's what I'm saying. Like I always, every time I'm breaking down a sign, I think of the body part that it represents. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's the end of your body. It's everything you're holding everything up, and you need to release it in order for it to be a new you.
Yeah.
Aries energy coming in.
Right. And so for me, with my releasing is escapism. I've been doing that. That could be mindlessly scrolling. That is just ignoring things. For me, it's things that has to do with my finances, ignoring, what I need to do in terms of getting rid of debt, in terms of not really pursuing what I've been doing.
Destiny, not pursuing your destiny, because listen, Pisces North Node is in current right now, so the sun is shining light on your destiny, and you ignoring that right now. You're not ignoring it right now because you put yourself out there in order
Today.
to release
Yeah.
these things in these times.
Exactly. So this is coming out, and I'm kind of, Z don't know this, but she probably do, that I'm kind of using her to kind of help me kind of catapult into this internet world from a content creation standpoint. Like, I could get online. I'm a Leo. I don't mind showing my face. I don't mind. I'm very real, very authentic and transparent. But in terms of like breaking things down in detail like this, and creating content for it, is where I kind of have been freezing up, and I've been wanting to do this for a few years.
I see you, Jason. I just sent you an invite. I'm sorry, Monty.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is what I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I'm really kind of pushing myself to take leadership in my own life, all that Leo energy, take leadership, express myself, boss up. I'm 40 fucking 5 years old. Excuse my language. I get ready to be 46. And it's time to really boss up and take my life to another level. And I'm just using astrology to kind of help me guide. To me, this is God's way of giving me specific guidance of what to do, where to focus my energy. Because again, I'm a Mars in Gemini, and I could be all over the goddamn place, right? And mentally, I'll be all over the place, but physically, I'll be stuck and not making any movements. Again, that's where I could get into this escapism part. And all of this, my South Node being in Pisces, and we're supposed to get away from that kind of stuff. So again, right now
don't be comfortable in it, in escaping.
Don't get comfortable in that South Node energy, the escapism, whatever your South Node energy is. When you check your chart, for those of you in the chat, check your chart. You'll be able to see your natal chart when you do your birth chart, birthplace, time of birth, and date of birth are what's going to be able to show you this type of chart here, and it'll tell you what your South Node is and what your North Node is. The South Node is
hone in on nodes too real quick, because the nodes are going to be in these placements. They just only been in these placements for 2 months now, since mid-January, and we got 16 more months to go with this energy. So we just came out of 18 months of Aries and Libra energy, which was I'm an Aries South Node and a Libra North Node. I'm also Libra rising, also Pluto and Libra, like most of Generation X. But thank y'all for joining and liking.
Yes.
And following.
And my people joining.
Please ask questions. This is definitely something that everybody could really benefit from. But so I was saying you were talking about like the South Node. So the South Node being in Virgo, you having South Node in the opposite sign of Pisces, me having it in the sign after Pisces, but the node's retrograde, so they're always going backwards. So I just came out of that Aries energy where I needed to be a little selfish, because I'm a Libra North Node. My destiny is to be a people pleaser and a people person, and relatable relationship, all that stuff. There's more time to be in a relationship with me. So like, I would suggest with this energy that yes, catch yourself when you're escaping reality. Catch yourself, because those Pisces energies, because they're the last energies of all the other energies, because like the feet carry the rest of the body, because you're wrapping it up, because the planet that rules Pisces is wrapping up all the cycles of illusion that we've been dealing with. I think Neptune has been in Pisces since 2008. I want to say
Neptune's been in Pisces since I don't think so. Let me see. When did Neptune go to Pisces? Let me see. I want to say 18. Did you say 18?
2008, I thought. 2018? No, it could have been that short. It's like a
Right.
14-year transit for every sign. I mean, Neptune goes through a sign like every 14 years.
2011. Let's see.
2011.
So and then it's in there till 2016.
That's what
2026.
it
I mean.
is. No, it switches in and it goes back for a little bit this year, then it goes back into it again at the end of this year, 2026. But March 30th of this year, it'll be in Aries.
It'll be in Aries, but that's just and so that's what. But but that's not permanent because it don't leave out until 2026. It don't leave out of Pisces until 2026.
So yeah, it retrogrades and it'll come back into Pisces.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
it'll go back in like at the beginning of 2026 and stay there.
Yeah.
But
And
we're going to get our taste of it, just like Pluto. And I want to talk about Pluto too. You got Pluto in Libra like me. Your Libra
Yeah.
house is the third house.
most people born through what year? How long does Pluto stay in Libra?
Pluto. What is
Stay in a
current
planet.
position? What am I looking at? It's your Libra house. Where's Pluto? Why isn't Pluto here?
Pluto is in my third house. It is there.
Down here?
No, Pluto's currently transit Aquarius, my seventh house.
Oh, right. See, I'm looking for the Aquarius house. Duh. Where are we? Where are we? Seventh house.
Yes.
Seventh house. Where is it? Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see Pluto at all in this picture.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Pluto's at third degree. I can pull it up for here. It'll
Yeah,
probably
it's
show.
it's in
I'll
3
pull it up to the
degrees.
camera. It's in 3 degrees. And let me just talk about that real quick. We have not gone because of Pluto retrograde. Remember, Pluto went into just like we're talking about Neptune going into Aries at the end of this month. 19. Where am I? 2025 of March 30th, 2025. We'll get a taste of Neptune. We got a taste of Pluto being in 0 to 2 degrees. What, like it went in the first time May 2023, and then it went in again. It retrograded back into Capricorn, and it went in again like March of 2024, and then it went back into Capricorn. And the last time it was September.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Pluto's done with Capricorn finally. So this is what Neptune is going to do. Is what I'm trying to explain. Neptune is currently at 29 degrees of Pisces, and by March the 30th, which is how many days? It's the 13th today, the 12th. We got like 20 less than 20 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's less than 3 weeks. Neptune will be in a whole nother sign, and that's a big deal. When the outer signs change signs, that's a societal change.
Yeah.
That's a generational change.
Yeah, it's personal and generational.
So like when we were born, it was Pluto in Libra, and it's only Pluto in Aquarius right now. So we've only gone through 4 generations. We're generation X. Pluto in Scorpio is the millennials. Pluto in Sagittarius is generation Z. And Pluto in Capricorn, the one that we just left, is the alpha children. I don't know what they're calling this one for Aquarius. I would say beta, but hopefully not. And then Neptune, you said since 2011. We were Neptune and Sagittarius. That's why I call us like the girls trip type of people. We were always going somewhere. Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
The illusions. Neptune and Capricorn was when all of the illusions of celebrities got really big and bossy, and like the industries got bigger and the corporations got bigger. Now we have Neptune and what was that? Capricorn, Aquarius. That was when all the test babies, like the Generation Z, are the medicine babies, the ones who have to be on medicine to go through school. Like that was terrible for Neptune in Aquarius, if I say so. And Neptune and Pisces is the iPad kids. That's how they escape reality. So I'm talking about because Neptune represents Pisces. I mean, is the ruler of Pisces. The escapism was us going on trips with Neptune and Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
Capricorn is us having big businesses that really you shouldn't have, but you're a boss somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And Neptune and Aquarius is the kids that have. Hey, Price, thanks for joining. Thanks for the likes. Neptune and, like I said, Neptune and Aquarius, Gen Z kids. My kids was always like, put them on medication. That's the first thing, they always said, let's test them out on this. Let's test them out. They have ADHD. They have autism. All that stuff grew with Neptune. The illusion of being sick grew with Neptune and Aquarius. And then Neptune and Pisces, the illusion of just escaping altogether, going into a whole nother world, going into AI, technology. That's why they call Generation Alpha Neptune in Pluto in Capricorn and Neptune in Pisces. Kids are the iPad kids. You literally can let the iPads babysit kids with the illusion of Neptune and Pisces. You feel me on that? I did a Neptune and Pisces. I did a Neptune and Pluto generations thing on YouTube like 2 years ago. I need to update that. That's my spiel. Go ahead, Imani.
Yeah. So for me in my life, I don't like this Neptune and Pisces energy per se being in the eighth house, because I have been so comfortable in this Piscean energy that I'm getting away from it. And so how we get away from it is we look to its opposite house, which is the second house. So my focus now is on basically, again, the second house is about self-worth. It's about how you bring money in. It's about self-love. It's about it's Virgo. Mine's is Virgo. Okay. Mine's is Virgo.
So this is the second house right here. My finger's been cut off. So right here where the moon is, because again, the moon is in Virgo, is going to have a total lunar eclipse. For those of you just joining, we're talking about the Virgo and Pisces houses that she has, and this is Imani's birth chart.
Yes.
This is Imani's birth chart going along with
it's
the current chart.
Yes. It's
the transit chart.
Yes.
So it's telling you like how you're affected by this total lunar eclipse and the south node being in Virgo. The nodes again, south node represents what you are comfortable, your comfort zone, and you need to move away from that. You've already served that purpose in life. But Imani's south node is in Pisces, which is the opposite sign, where the north node is, your destiny. So the nodes are important because you want to go and move into your destiny in life.
Your true north.
And especially in Pisces, which I feel is so hard to have a north node in Pisces if you do, or even a nodal opposition like you're having, Imani. Hey, Muffy. And have, like the reflection of the things you need to heavily fix with escapism. That Pisces north node or south node is tough.
And I've been fighting it. Sorry, you guys. I've been fighting that lately, and it's almost like a heavy weight on me, right? That escapism. It's like I prepare my mind to do something, and it's like I've been fighting it. So I don't know if depression is a part of that Piscean energy. I don't know, because I've been going through some personal things with work, with my work and everything that you'll see. We'll talk about a little later. I have Uranus and Taurus in my 10th house, so I've been experiencing a lot of unexpected things with my career and lately, the last couple of years actually. And so I don't know if I'm dealing with depression from that or escapism, fear, all those types of things. Those, Piscean things.
Hold on. I'm sorry not to interrupt. Muffy said, well, Muffy's a Pisces sun. I know she just had a solar return. She said she just quit. She's commenting on what you were talking about, Imani.
She just quit her job.
Is that what you're saying, Muffy? I think so, because you were just talking about that. Where'd you go, Imani? There you go. She said yes.
She quit her job.
I'm trying to quit my job, but the only fear I have, since we're talking about Uranus and sudden changes, Imani's is in the 10th house. Remind me your rising again. I'm so sorry, Muffy. I go through a lot of people's charts, so please forgive me. I know you're a Pisces sun. But yeah, Imani has it in the 10th house, which is the house that represents your work and your responsibility and what else?
Public life,
your reputation.
Reputation and all that. So that's what
you're Aries rising. Okay. Go ahead, Imani.
So we'll get to the 10th house now because Uranus is currently transiting there. It's been there since I turned 42, I think. Because I'm still experiencing my Uranus.
About to move into Gemini this year too. So all the outer planets are switching this year. And all the inner planets are in retrograde this year. It's crazy. There's a lot of changes, y'all.
Yeah. So,
but hold on really quick because we got, we got Muffy talking in the comment. I just want to touch on her while we're talking about Uranus. If you're Aries rising, Uranus is in Taurus, you have it in the 2nd house. I have it in the 8th house. because that's my Taurus house. Yes. But second house and the 10th house and the 6th house are the earth houses that have to do with work.
Yeah.
So that's probably why she quit.
Probably so. And were you
the work habits? Go ahead.
Was she having some unexpected things happening with work or with her money and finances? If she got Uranus in her second house, huh?
She said, "Period." I guess what I just said. She said, "Did you have any unexpected things that were happening at work, Muffy?"
Or with her income, her finances,
because the second house has to do
with money.
Work habits too.
Second house is Uranus and Taurus in her money house.
Second house, the 6th house,
what's
the
her
10th house, the money houses.
Yeah.
Just
So
her boss.
did she have it? I can't see because the white background.
She said no, just her boss. The unexpected. Was it unexpected? What was unexpected, Muffy?
I got a big ass square happening in my chart too.
What square? Oh,
The red line.
That's house 11.
It looked like 8, 11, 2, and 5.
She was on your lot.
Huh?
She was saying she was on her lot. Thank you for sharing the live, Duolingo. Picking on you. Okay. Picking on her. You know, Aries risings are perfect. Dua Libra. I wish our friend Jason would have joined. You know Jason too, Imani. The Aries rising too, and him and Muffy would have had a conversation. A deep one, I'm sure, because Aries rising. But I would say Aries risings are leaders anyway, so you don't have to really worry about the boss picking on you, because you can be your own boss. You're a pioneer.
Yeah. Yep. So again, as we go back to my 8th house, so I'm trying to focus on what not to do, which again, I'm focusing on the second house information that I need to do, that I need to work on, right? So that means, again, organizing, re-evaluating my finances, preparing, getting disciplined, all those types of things. I do have to address what I have going on in terms of, how I'm going to clear up my debts and how I'm going to bring in more money, create passive income and all that kind of stuff. So that for me is what I'm focusing on with my second house. And so where I want to focus my energy on, this is one of the things, is servitude. So I bring my money in through servitude because, again, my second house is Virgo. So that means whatever I want, if I'm going to create some income, it's going to be a service-based income to generate. Everything that I want to focus my energy on actually is. So I want, one of my things that I've been wanting to do is get my life insurance license. I took the test twice. I failed it. Remember, Z, I failed it the second time we came here for your birthday? What, 2 years ago? So I'm still, I've been kind of trying to get back so I could take my test again. So that's,
Gemini moon
insurance and, get my life insurance license, selling life insurance and everything. But that's a service-based business. I also want to do, I want to take a bookkeeping, taxes or tax advising, and just have kind of a total financial services business program, which is what I want, and investing. I really am into options, trading, stock options, all those types of things. So I want
talking about this because it's in Virgo, your second house. Second house also has to do with being stable.
Yes,
so all those are kind of stable positions that you would want.
Yeah. So yes, again, and also that's what I was going to add to it, is that it's about, basically I'm always about having my stability. I'm always about, serving others and bringing, I have to create, bringing them that these are the best ways for me to bring in income is through servitude. So my plan was
you switched to the Gemini rising. You can only be one rising. Is it Gemini or is it Aries? Go ahead, Marty.
Uh-huh. So Muffy says she thinks she a Gemini rising.
Hmm.
So what?
Mutable signs are having big changes right now. That means Jupiter's in her first house, where you can expand on, you know, uh, Gemini is in detriment in Jupiter, but it's also like getting more Jupiter more detailed instead of being so expanded, so broad.
Right, it's focusing it.
Hmm.
That's what it does. It's focusing it. So
In the
yeah,
first house, it would be
so
focusing on self, so that still could be a reason why you would do better without that job.
her, yeah.
A job where you can probably do something with numbers, something with information going out, communicating, because you are a Gemini rising. Something
Who's
that's
that?
expanding. She thought she's an Aries moon, not a Aries rising. She's an Aries moon, Gemini rising.
Oh, Aries Moon
That was an
Gemini.
impulsive mood. Impulsive mood. What am I trying to say? An impulsive move that you made with that Aries moon. My daughter's Aries moon and
They
impulsive
are impulsive.
city. Impulsive city.
Yes. And so
And she's
Scorpio.
a Gemini rising. Matter of fact, Milana's a Gemini rising too. She talks really fast. So does Muffy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It all comes
So
together. And she's a Pisces sign. Go ahead.
so in my next 90 days, what I want to focus on is going studying for my so I can go ahead and get my life insurance license, because that can not only take me to another career, it can create passive income for me, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to, right? I can't escape anything, and anything any longer. So, and it has to do with my self worth. It has to do with finances. It has to do with just those particular types of things, stability, right? So that's where I'm focusing all of my energy on right now. So again, one of my avenues here is is getting on the internet, doing digital, creating content, which is like digital marketing and all that kind of stuff. And while I also simultaneously insurance license, right? So that my whole goal is to generate passive income so that I can, one, have stability, and two, generational wealth. So that's where I'm focusing my energy on right now, and that's how it's going to help. Now I'm going to have some challenges because again, the South Node is currently in Virgo, so it's opposing my North Node, and so I don't know. Maybe Z, you can help me on how this is going, you know, challenge me, but I'm going to have the
You went out.
opposing each other,
You
huh?
went out for a second.
Huh?
You went out for a second.
I said I'm going to have the nodes opposing each other. I have the South Node currently in Virgo opposing my natal North Node in Virgo right now. See the transits there. South Node is currently in 27 degrees in Virgo, and I have North Node in Virgo. So
Really quick, Muffy, what are the degrees that your Gemini rising is in? That would be helpful. But yeah, like I said, Imani, you don't have nothing in the last decan, which would be 20 to 29 degrees, where the moon is going to be total lunar eclipsing, and
uh,
the south node is in, and the north node. So the south node and the north node are both in 27, and the moon will be in 24 degrees. It's at 16 now, it says. It'll be in 24 degrees when we have the total lunar eclipse tomorrow. So you don't have, and then the Pisces, like I said, the Pisces um south node that you have. I'm sorry, north node that you have natally.
no, natal North Node is
South
Virgo.
node. Sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. The natal south node that you have is the same thing. It's in what? That says 15 degrees?
My
That's
natal
10
what?
degrees for the nodes.
My natal South Node or natal North Node?
Both of them, they're in the same degree. You see
Yeah.
how it says 10 degrees in Virgo and 10 degrees in Pisces?
Yeah.
So that is in the second decan. It's nowhere close to where this total eclipse is happening. But
Okay.
if Muffy, for instance, she's not Pisces or Virgo per se, but she's a mutable sign, so it still would affect her if she had it in the last decan. If her degrees of that Gemini rising is in the last decan. That makes sense.
Right.
So you
So
kind of like dodged a bullet. But what I'm saying like is at the same time,
I will for
closer
some of
to
that.
what is it? It's
Huh?
2025, so it'll change again in the middle of 2026 around July. So I would say like in the spring, like late winter, you're trying to understand. So Muffy, if you can look at your birth chart, it'll have numbers next to the moon, the sun, all the planets. That is a degree. I'm looking to see if you have a degree between 20 and 29 of Gemini, your Gemini rising. What is your Gemini rising number next to it? Imani, I was saying that. What was I saying, Imani?
About my nodes, I've dodged the bullet.
I said around, since your nodes are in 10 degrees, around, I would say to be in 10 degrees. The nodes will be in 10 degrees. Like it'll be exact to your natal nodes. Okay, no problem. It'll be exact to your natal nodes, I want to say around like winter time of 2026.
Mm.
Because it will be switching like late winter, it'll be switching in July of 2026. It'll be at 0 degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then going into Aquarius and Leo by July.
So how the nodes move, you said backwards. So it'll go 26, 27, 20,
That's what I'm saying. So like
27, 26, 25, 24.
18 months total that the nodes are in a sign, I would say 10 degrees would be around the end of 2025, early 2026.
Okay. So
So
I was.
expect some energies around then. I know when it was exact to my nodes last year
Mhm.
was when me and B fell out.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like the exact day me and B cut it off and never
And what
talked
house
about
was
it.
yours in?
Because the whole thing is relationships was what I was dealing with. You're dealing with service and
I'm dealing with.
sexuality. You're dealing with health on the Virgo side and mental health on the Pisces side, the escapism, all the stuff we talk about with Pisces and Virgo, that's what you're dealing with at that moment. So look, we have to like kind of do the calculations and see what day it would be on. But I did my calculations and it was on that day. Like it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So with her saying that, it's basically okay. So how do we kind of prepare for these energies to come, right? Not to say that we're not going to face challenges, not to say that we're not going to have obstacles. It's just how do we prepare to ride the wave, right? So that's what this whole forum is tonight: is how do we prepare for these energies, or how do we use these energies for our benefit? If we know that, okay, if we know that eighth house for me, eighth house in Pisces, if I've been experiencing the escapism and the mental issues and
Sun is
things.
reflecting on it, and the North Node is saying, "Hey, this is not your destiny. You need to fix this
Yeah,
so you can move into your destiny."
I need to move into my
That's what we're
destiny, so
saying,
I need
Muffy.
to
If you can
focus
catch
on.
on.
Huh? Huh?
Muffy says she's understanding a little bit. That's what we're saying as we're comparing Imani's chart to the current. Again, the orange numbers you see on the outer circle are the current placement. So the moon is currently in Virgo right now at 16 degrees. Imani, when she was born on her solar return back in 79, these were the placements of, these are ones that we really can't get into. It's like astrology 301, not 101.
Yeah,
Live
those are.
in part of fortune, so don't pay attention to the circle and the X and this little squiggly thing right there. We're talking about the node, which is the horseshoe thing. That's
Uh-huh.
the
North
North
Node.
Node. So she
Mm-hmm.
has North Node in Virgo, and currently the upside down horseshoe is a North Node in currently in Virgo.
The South Node currently in
South
Virgo.
Node, I'm sorry. So she has North Node in Virgo when she was born, and right now the North Node is in the South Node. So that's a nodal return, meaning that there's some things she was comfortable with her South Node being in Pisces, escaping from, that she needs to face now.
Right.
But
Exactly.
not yet because it's at 27 degrees and hers is at 10. So, like I said, when around the end of this year, it'll be around 10 degrees at the beginning of 2026 because it'll be done with being in Virgo by July 2026.
Exactly. So
That's
to
the stuff.
plan for when it
Go ahead, I'm reading. I'm just reading what
so
y'all put in
when
the
so for me to plan for when it does come exact, I need to already kind of put things in place. I need to already kind of start putting things in motion because nonetheless the energy is in my second house. The South Node in Virgo energy is in my second house. So I will experience. I am, even though it's not directly at 10 degrees right. The current South Node in Virgo is not directly at 10 degrees right now. It is in my second house, so there is some energy happening there. So I do need to prepare for when it does get to 10 degrees, so that when that I can more easily ride the wave, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Whatever challenges I may face or whatever, I'll be better prepared. So if that means, again, second house is servitude, it's my stability, it's my, how am I I need to be focusing on my destiny. My destiny is to serve, not only is it myself, but it's also to serve others. That if we talk about business and how I bring money in, we're talking about financial astrology, career astrology, how I bring money in is in my second house, and that's through service-based businesses, right? Again, Virgo represents finances. Mercury and Virgo also represents finances. So mine will be servitude to, whatever business I have, it will be a financial based business servicing others.
You
So
also said Mercury and
Mercury
rules Virgo. Let's pause on that real quick because today is Mercury Day. That's why I wanted to do this live today because it's the day of information and communication. Mercury will be in retrograde. So this is more heavy energy on Virgo because the ruler of because it's the day of information and communication. Mercury will be in retrograde. So this is more heavy energy on Virgo because the ruler of being in Virgo is Mercury right now, and it'll be in a retrograde, so it's going to be even more time to reevaluate and revamp things because of that. Even though Mercury is retrograde in Aries, starting on Saturday, right after the total lunar eclipse, we're getting all these energies, y'all. That's why I said we're going to be on live a couple of times this month.
Right.
But Mercury will be at around 10 degrees. It's at 9 now. It's slowing down, though. Mercury moves really fast, like with the sun, or even faster. And Mercury being the planet of communication, information, numbers, even, it's also a trickster planet. So, like, it rules Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is the opposite sign of Sag. Eclipse is on Friday, like tomorrow night, Thursday, late into Jupiter night, into Venus Day, which is Friday. And then Saturn Day is when Mercury goes into retrograde. But it'll be in Aries and it'll go back into Pisces, which is its detriment because Mercury, again, rules Gemini and Virgo. The opposite signs of Gemini and Virgo are Pisces and Sagittarius. So anytime Mercury is in Sagittarius, like on my birth chart, mouth off the chain because of that. And when it's in Gemini, it's more, not, I wouldn't say reserved, but it could be more trickster. It could, like, think of Gemini suns when you think of Donald Trump. Like, you have a lot to say. Mars in Gemini, which Imani is, you have a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? But when it's in Sagittarius, the stuff you're saying is coming off the chain. When it's in Pisces, the opposite sign of Virgo, so like Mercury and Virgo is very analyzing, very strategic, very planned out, very organized. But Mercury in Pisces is very chaotic. And so not only is it going to be retrograde, it's going to be going back into its detriment in retrograde, which is crazy. Not to mention Venus is in retrograde too. That's why I said, and Mars just came out of retrograde. All the inner planets, the planets that run with the sun, that are closest to the sun, they move kind of with the same rhythm as the sun, are in retrograde or just coming out of retrograde. All the outer planets, Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn are all changing signs, and Jupiter. Those are the outer planets.
Did you share this with Leroy?
Huh?
Did you share this with Leroy?
Yeah, I don't know where Leroy is right now. I don't know why. Jason came in. I guess he's there too. And Jaw is we Sagittarius always reckless with our words. Oh, no kidding. No kidding. And up against a emotional, passionate, intense sign like Scorpio, it just sometimes doesn't work. it's, I don't know how does Sagittarius work with Leo? Y'all fire signs. I guess y'all both just motivating and hyping.
Yeah.
Because y'all like best buddies, Leos and Sagittarius. Sagittarius
Yeah,
and
we
Scorpio
are.
is a power struggle, man. It's a
Yeah.
power struggle.
Yeah, exactly. It's just because Leo and Scorpio is a square, but for whatever reason, I think that fire, that Mars piece of y'all is why we can still get along. Because
Yep.
both my
The
siblings.
watery fire sign. It's the fiery water sign.
Yeah.
Scorpio.
And that's the only thing that I can really think of because I'm just like, why is it that Leo? I see so much Leo and Scorpio. They get along well. It's like a love hate relationship. Like they know how to deal with. They'll duke it out for a minute, but then they can come right back,
It's
right?
still fixed energy. Fixed energy knows and respects fixed energy. You know what I'm saying? Where
I
it's
guess
going to
so.
be
Yeah,
consistent. It's going to be, dedicated.
I guess so. Clearly, because I've seen it time and time again. It's
But I'm
never
talking about the elements. I'm talking about how do fire signs get along with fire signs? Because water signs, sometimes we're so emotional, we don't really like each other.
right.
Leo and
So
Sag are best friends. Aries, he said that old school friends. Aries and y'all get along very well. It's no problem.
yeah, Leo and Sagittarius do. Aries and Sagittarius, I see it always rocky. They always butt heads.
Yeah. There's
Aries and
always one
Sagittarius.
element that doesn't rock with the other element
Yeah,
sometimes.
it
Me,
always
like with
like.
me, it's Pisces for real, actually. Scorpio and
And
Pisces.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. My Pisces cousin, then get ready to divorce her husband for the second time. Her Scorpio husband for the second time. Okay.
It's not clicking no more with Scorpio and Pisces. It's just not.
Scorpio and Pisces, I've never seen them really get along well. Like I'm concerned
No, I
about.
literally had a good relationship in the first half of my life. I guess, entering the second half. I want to say, I'm gonna live to 100, but like I'm about to enter the second half of my life in 3 years. But like the first half, it was the ex best friend's birthday yesterday. My father's a Pisces that we don't talk to. Like I had a whole lot of Pisces that I just cannot rock with anymore because the escapism. I feel like Neptune, as soon as Neptune hit, matter of fact, you said 2011, me and my father stopped talking in 2012. It was it. Because Scorpios is too intense and wanting to dig too deep for the illusions to be there when we dig in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're not going to waste time. We're going to go off because of that. And that's exactly what's happening.
And I think that's what's happening with my cousin. And on top of the fact that she's female and she's more developed, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas her husband is not as emotionally developed, or he keep his secrets deep down. His everything is deep and kept there. It doesn't come out. He holds on to it, I guess. But anyway, yes, I always see Pisces and Scorpio clash. I see the Aries and
thank you for the heart. Thank you for the life too, John.
Yeah, Aries and Aries and Sagittarius clash. And us Leos, we just kind of adopted, but we kind of clash with each other a little bit. But of anything, I love Aries and Sagittarius. Hi, welcome in everybody.
Hey, Santi is a Pisces. What are you, Santi? Pisces rising? I know she's an Aquarius sign. That's my bestie from work, when we used to work together. She actually got the nerve to up and switch it up. So yeah, I think, aren't you a Pisces rising? We're talking about the zodiac. Yep, she said that's right. Pisces risings, I learned yesterday, are even tougher than Aquarius moons. You're not an Aquarius moon, you're Aquarius sun. I think you're a Sag moon. I think that's what we did because I remember doing your chart. But yeah, the Pisces risings, I would say, are going to go through some stuff with this energy too.
Yeah.
Because after, we had this is the first of the eclipses between Virgo and Pisces. We didn't really have it in the Pisces new moon 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But in Virgo season, we'll feel more of that. The Pisces risings and the Pisces places will feel more of that with the lunar eclipse then.
Yeah, because it lasts for like 6 months, that energy.
Yeah, Sag moon. Yeah. It's going to be an eclipse it doesn't close out. So it's like 4 eclipses with the nose being inside. I mean, with the nose being in Virgo and Pisces right now.
Right.
This is the first one coming up on this Saturday.
Yeah.
And I say the live will end in 5 minutes.
So again, if we get back to this, so again, my 90-day plan is to focus on, the 3 key areas of my life, which would be my finances, health, and basically stability, right?
Hold on. Don't manifest during eclipses.
No, I'm not manifesting.
No, I'm talking about Asante in the comments. Don't manifest during eclipses, Lucy S. Because the energy is more like, I'm sorry to cut you off, Imani. The energy is more like, because the retrogrades are happening too right now, it's more like get organized and planned. Don't start nothing new yet.
If you're going to manifest today before it happens. Manifest before it happens.
Like that's setting intentions, that could be some candle work. But
yeah.
on
Make an altar.
By tomorrow night, cut it off and just kind of just
ride the wave and meditate. Be intentional about what you do. That's it. Just be intentional about what you do. Don't do any
Especially if you're like, one thing you don't want to manifest is like worry or thinking anything negative, because the eclipse will just enhance the energy.
Right.
If you are, gratitude is always excellent, right? So if you just being thankful for the future things, the moon, the full moon, which is the total eclipse, is happening tomorrow night into Friday, into the whole weekend, and Mercury retrograde starts on Saturday. And Mercury retrograde means no new stuff, no new contracts. Mercury retrograde means they expect delays and plan for them. This is Virgo energy too, because Virgo is planning and analyzing, but you don't want to overdo it because of the eclipse. Because if you overdo it, something is going to go off a little out of whack.
Just be practical and try to just
practical is Virgo stuff.
Yeah, be practical and just kind of focus on the details of what your daily life is already like and where you might need to kind of tweak some stuff, but don't make it like this. I gotta do such a this big ordeal, but just kind of pay attention to where, okay, I could do this differently to make my life a little better. I could do that differently. I could tweak the things. Just focus on where you can tweak, but don't make it a big deal. Just be practical in whatever you
ask for. Yep, that's what
it already is, huh?
That's what Josh said. You may get what you asked for, then some you didn't specifically ask for.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've been asking myself to be released from my job. My Virgo director, boss, told me no. I was literally supposed to be resigned by last Friday, the 7th. But since it didn't happen, I'm not going to force it, because for some reason I need to stay there for a second. There are actually 3 people leaving Asante this week, because nobody knows Zach. I'm going to tell you who is Zach. Zach is one of them, leaving on the 21st. The day we have Aries, that's the new year. That's when Aries goes in. That's the spring. Like, we got a lot of stuff going on in March, okay? We got the full moon, total lunar eclipse on Friday. Then we have the Mercury retrograde on Saturday. Then we have, in 2 weeks, we'll have the Aries, close out of the Aries and Libra eclipses that happen. That happens, a solar eclipse on, I believe, the 21st, like right when we start Aries season, somewhere near that. Then we have Neptune, the planet that rules Pisces, going into Aries, which is when all the illusions and all this bullcrap that's been going on with all this shit that we see on screens is going to wrap it up.
So before we continue, ask the people in the chat if they have any questions or
any specific questions.
Anybody got any specific questions? Do you guys know how to pull up your charts, your transit charts, your natal charts?
My divine guider. I don't know you, but thank you for joining, and please follow my friend Imani. He's giving gifts and stuff in the comments. Thank you.
Who is it though?
His name is Divine Guider.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that's one of my followers. I
He
don't
says he
know.
has his chart too. What's your
Okay.
rising sign? Do you have any mutable placements? Sagittarius, Gemini, but specifically we're looking for Virgo and Pisces. So when you get a chance, divine
Does he?
guider.
Huh?
When you get a chance, divine guider. Uh, and Tony, since you're sitting in the truck, maybe you can find the picture I sent of your birth chart so you can tell us too. Because I know you're a Sagittarius sun, but what's your rising?
Right.
Divine guider is a Sagittarius rising. It's a lot of mutables. What's crazy is I don't have no mutable in my big three or in my nodes. I'm all cardinal, baby, and fixed sun.
Yeah.
Cardinal moon, cardinal rising, Capricorn moon, Libra rising.
I don't have any
Mercury Sag, that's it, and Neptune is Sag, that's it. And my Lilith is in Gemini. I don't have nothing in Virgo or Pisces.
Yeah, because I don't all my first 5 of my major planets are all Leo, as you see here.
Yeah, you got the Leo stellium.
And Jupiter are Leo. Then Mars one
You know what a stellium means, though? While we're talking about that really quick, this is a stellium, y'all. She has all of these. She has her Sun, her Mercury, her Jupiter, and
Moon,
and Leo.
and rising.
Where's the rising?
You can't see it, but it's there.
Right.
You can't see it on that picture.
It has 5 placements because a rising is not a planet.
Right.
4 planets in a placement, 5 placements in Leo, which is a stellium. Stellium is 3 or more planets or placements in the same sign. Okay. Why is that significant? Because stellium could mean you are a master at being a Leo, or it could mean you need a lot of work in being a Leo.
Yep. And see me,
I got a Libra stellium and a Scorpio stellium. Yeah. I need work in both of them because they're both relationship signs.
As you see, I also, if we add the Lilith and the part of fortune, I have a stellium in Virgo.
Hold on. There's somebody named Brett that's also a Leo, sun, moon, and rising. She says she's cooked.
Yeah. What's her sun at?
Sun is in Leo, moon is in Leo. You see in the comments and rising.
Does she know her sun degree?
I'm sorry. Let me make sure the Brett. Are you she or he? I'm sorry. Do you know the degrees? And divine guider is a moon in Taurus, but a Sagittarius rising. What is a moon in Taurus? That's the exalted sign for the moon to be in. Mm-hmm. That means you get money if you. I like the earth signs in the moon, like me, Capricorn, even though it's a detriment, because when I get upset, instead of getting emotional, I get to the money. I get to something that's going to make me some money.
Yeah, I got the sun and the moon and got that going Leo.
Hey, Red Pill Cafe. Thank y'all for all the likes and the gifts.
Yes.
So welcomed. Imani's on here. We're both trying to build up because this March is going to be so interesting, to say the least. And we want to just, spread the word. And those of you who are interested in astrology, just teach.
Yeah, and just kind of create a plan on how to use and harvest the energy, because you don't want to kind of, you don't want to, and not to say that you're going to be able to use all of it, to be honest. You just, whatever areas, to be practical, you want to focus on whatever areas that you're experiencing, things in your life. Like me, I know that my 2nd and 8th house, that's where I'm experiencing things. I know that I'm experiencing things in my 10th house right now. So the 7th house, I haven't really experienced. I'm not in a relationship. If anything, I may get some contracts with work. 7th house, because that's Aquarius. 7th house is about business partnerships, relationships.
Aquarius for you. Yeah.
It's Aquarius for me.
Right.
For the collective, 7th house is what? Libra? What's 7th house? Libra.
Libra house. The relationship house, the partnership house, the marriage house, the contracts, the
contracts. Yeah, the partnership house. Yeah, all that. And Venus naturally rules or owns the house. But for me, in my natal chart, Uranus and Saturn owns that. owns that house,
Yeah.
right?
Because
And
it's
I have
the
a
side.
purpose in it. It's my purpose.
With the relationships too.
Yeah, so right now I don't have only thing that I would do with contracts right now would be if I get like I'll get, for work, if I get a contract for work or whatever, work on as a contractor or something like that, or I'm supposed to collaborate, and that's with me as a human designer. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of human design, but I'm gonna touch on it a little bit. Human design is basically it's a combination of everything. It's a combination of astrology, I Ching, numerology, and something else. I will have to look it up. But it's a combination of all of this is our design. And so we're designed, my profile, I'm an emotional manifester, with a 1 4 line. So one
Emotional
is,
manifester.
yeah,
I
I'm an
know
emo
what was it? The other manifester?
manifester generator.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah.
But hold on. Because you're a Libra stellium, you got the same placements as Brett. They said no one could put up with me. Leo risings. Hold on, I'm gonna let you talk on about the Leo risings that I love to talk about that no one could put up with is Donald Trump and Drake. They both got Leo rising at 29 degrees, which is a Leo degree. So like Leo can be motivating and inspirational, but it can also be a little selfish. All fire signs, right?
We could be
Be a little hot headed, not as hot headed as Sagittarius and Aries sometimes, but definitely hot headed. It can also be prideful.
Egotistical.
Is good in a lot of people's eyes, I want to say, but it could be a little bit overbearing.
Yep.
So that would be the only reason I would explain. I can explain, especially, and it would be what degree you have that Leo rising in, or even that sun in. I like to say that rising signs learn from the sun signs. So, like, you have both. You can learn from yourself.
Yeah.
Don't you learn from yourself, Imani? You might ignore it a little bit, depending on where your node is, your south node. You might ignore it a little bit.
Yeah, but I learned for myself. Everything about me is about how I was designed, and my purpose is about expressing myself with all this Leo. It's about creating the life that I want. Anything that I could think with the Jupiter and Leo, anything that I could think, I could create it. I could create the life that I want. The Virgo, the stability, the organizing, the serving of others is how I'm gonna be able to do it. So these are the things.
Detailing is Virgo too.
Detailing, bringing people together, organizing people, bringing groups together. With me having a Mars Gemini, bringing people together. Bring people together, organizing, motivating them. That's Leo energy, inspiring Leo energy, bringing them together. That's the Virgo thing. And in human design, it's my profile. Emotional manifestor, my 1/4 profile, bringing people together, collaborating, and all those types of things. So those are the things that I have to focus on in my life. I can't focus on what society says brings money in and what's the most popular and most trendy things, because those are not going to resonate with my energy. It's not going to resonate with my energy, and it's not. I'm not going to say it's not going to be successful, but I'm not going to be as successful as I probably want to be because of the fact that I'm not operating in the lane that I'm supposed to, or what works well with my energies. You understand? So that's where I feel like a lot of people should focus on, because everybody kind of people go in nursing, they get in nursing and they hate it. They hate the whatever, the rat race, but they have to do it because that's the way they have their training, and that's kind of all that they know, and it's what's been paying their bills and whatever. But they hate it internally, spiritually, emotionally. They hate it, and they probably go home and do something else. People are working in, can be working in business and accounting, and they're miserable working with numbers. But that's what they went to school with, because that's what they were told when they were younger. Oh, get an accounting because it's going to make money. You're going to be able to do this, blah, blah, blah.
Mercury and Gemini has to do with, and Virgo has to do with your first education. And Virgo has to do with like your college education.
And Mercury and Virgo both have to do with financial. If you're getting into, the financial field, It has to do with finance, financial planning, financial analysis, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, if you're not working in the areas that best suit your energy, where your talents are going to thrive, you're going to easily develop skills, you're going to easily learn these skills and trades and stuff. If you're not working in those areas, you're going to find yourself kind of unhappy in the areas that you're not supposed to be in. You may, tell yourself, you kind of trick your brain because you have to make money and you have to, live your life. But if you really sit back and kind of go look at these things, you say, damn, I am interested in this, it's saving with me, Virgo, and I've always been interested in finance. My interest in anything dealing with numbers was when I used to go see my father. He was locked up, and he showed me in the newspaper how to read stock market. Ever since then, that fire was lit. And then in my career, somehow I wound up getting into the financial field. My mom worked in the financial field. Huh?
We just missed 11:11.
Oh,
It's 11.
yeah. My mom worked in the financial field. So I thought that's why I had kind of gotten into financial field. But she never talked about it. She never told us to go into it. She just worked in it. But my mom's also a Leo. So it makes sense. If she probably a Leo rising too, because that would make sense is why her second house, she worked in the finance field.
That makes sense with Brett because he said he resonates with that. Miserable in my career because the career houses, the work houses, the money houses, the second house. Since you're Leo rising like Imani, it has it set up right here that this South Node is telling you to end some stuff, end some cycles with it, and the moon is going to transform it all with this total lunar eclipse in Virgo. So
yeah. So
the second house is going to be affected, as well as your 10th, because that's the house of career.
Yep, house of career, and you got Uranus
having there too.
Yeah,
and the 6th house, which for y'all,
so
the 6th house for y'all is what?
Capricorn. Yep. So that's health and work ethic.
Pluto just left there, transitioning your whole service to others and the way you are organized and plan and
career, work ethic, what's important to you in your career, what you want out of your career, those types of things is what I experienced with Pluto being in my 6th house. With Uranus and Taurus, it's just been a lot of unexpected shit. Like no jobs. I would get jobs that just won't stick. They're not sticking for whatever reason. And, and I keep kind of having to stop and restart. And so Uranus is about unexpected. Uranus rules technology, unexpected. It rules also some sort of transformation and everything. And then Taurus rules money, and the 10th house rules career. So I have these energies that's been happening in my 10th house. And then
R is for retrograde. What do you got in retrograde, y'all? Go ahead. Go ahead, Imani.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm the questions in the comments, but go ahead.
Okay, so I've been experiencing also my Uranus opposite. We all experience it when we between our ages of 38 to 40 I'm still experiencing, so I'm 45. I'll be 46 this year in July. So you can experience it for from the age of 30. Okay, they call it your chrysalis. I like to call it chrysalis, but it's also known as our midlife crisis. When you have your Uranus opposite. And so my main thing that I've been having is the like I said, the unexpected stuff going on with my career and the changes with my career. And also my natal Uranus, which is in Scorpio, is my family. I had a lot of stuff happen in my family in the last 2 years. I lost my brother in 2023. I lost an aunt in 2023. In 2022, my mother had heart surgery. I even predicted that if she didn't get herself together, being a Leo, that Pluto was going in Capricorn, it was going to be transiting our 6th house. We have to focus on our health because, again, the 6th house rules health.
She has Pluto and Leo.
And she has, she probably has Pluto and Leo. But Pluto was in Capricorn.
Aquarius right now. It's opposing right now.
But when she had the surgery, Pluto was in Capricorn. And I told her, I said, Mother, do it. And 3 months later, like 2 or 3 months later, she had to have a quadruple bypass on her heart. Okay. So these are the things.
Leo in her pulled her through, Leo rules the heart, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So
and it's
that
my
Leo in her pulled her through. That strength from that lion energy, that
yeah.
bravery. Hold on, but we got a lot of stuff in the comments. 1 second, I don't mean to cut you off,
Right.
but Tony said he's Mercury and Sagittarius in retrograde. I'm Mercury, so Mercury goes with the sun because it moves just as fast as the sun. Even if it's in retrograde, it'll catch back up with the sun. So you're going to either have Mercury in the same sign as the sun, your sun sign, or the sign before, the sign after. So I'm a Scorpio sun, but I got Mercury in Sagittarius, and you're a Sagittarius, Tony. God bless. But his is in retrograde. Imani, I always get confused with this, and I have asked you to explain this before. When you have something in retrograde, that means that it's not hard for you. Can you explain that real quick?
So when Mercury goes into retrograde right now,
When you're born with it,
when you're
on your
born with
natal chart, because he has it on his natal chart.
when you're born, well, from my experience, this is what I was born with: Mercury in retrograde and Leo. So I don't experience all the delays and the computer issues and all the shit that people go through when Mercury goes into retrograde. Now I
You
may
don't have like
experience
the phone issues. You don't have arguments. You don't have delays.
I don't have nothing. It's like the smoothest, most peaceful fucking time for me. Now, now I've been although it's
Resonate with that, Tony. That is interesting because Mercury and retrograde people that are born with it, you don't have these problems. Me, I'm already seeing because I just got rid of my car that my travel time from getting to where I live to work is about 2 hours to 2.5 hours to now 2:45 as we move into Mercury retrograde, which is crazy. The delays all day.
But see when Mercury isn't in retrograde, that's when I have all those problems. I'm clumsy.
Ah,
I'm clumsy.
point.
I have computer issues. A computer shut down on my ass in a minute.
I
What
got
else?
Jupiter in retrograde though, but I can't because the other thing is Mercury and Sag is its detriment already. So if it's in retrograde, that means it's even more of a detriment. Tony, is that resonating? Because like if you say an outside of retrograde, it's smooth for you in a retrograde, but outside of retrograde, if you had it in a detrimental plate position like Tony does, it's still tough for him outside. Knowing him, that might be.
It might be. Does he resonate with what I'm saying? I can't see the
He's super
comment.
easy going. Not you, but life itself. Does it get hectic?
Any areas of life.
Like, let us know by when would it end? It would end in 3 weeks from. It would end the first week of April, the 7th, I think. April 7th is when Mercury retrograde ends. So let us know how smooth your 3 weeks have been when we come back, like the first week of April. So, but then we have one more comment. Hold on. Everybody has retrograde nodes. So the node you don't have to worry about. All the nodes retrograde all the time. They just continue to go backwards. The planets don't, though. The moon and sun never retrograde, by the way. So Brett said, okay, rising is in 5 degrees of Leo.
Okay.
Pluto is going to affect you soon because Pluto's in 3 degrees of Aquarius, and that's the opposite sign of Leo.
Right.
Sun is in 9 degrees of Leo. So that's a later. But I would say by next year, Pluto's going to hit you. It's going to transform something. By 2028, that would probably be the 9th degree was when it's going to hit again with the sun. And the moon is in 25 degrees of Leo. So no effect. And North Node is in 1 degree of Leo. You got Leo still. The North Node too in there?
Who? Oh, him?
Yeah.
So
North Node's got 1 degree of Leo, so Pluto already, but no. Yeah.
See, right now Pluto is doing something with my sun because I got sun at 2 degrees.
2 degrees, right.
So Pluto and is what is it, conjuncting my Pluto is conjuncting my
It depends on like being in the same decan, which is his sun and rising, because it's in 5 and 9 degrees. So Pluto's in 3 degrees, so that's still the first decan. That's the Aries decan of Leo. Of Aquarius. I'm sorry. Pluto's in Aquarius. I'm backwards, y'all. Excuse me. Let me word this right. Pluto's in Aquarius at 3 degrees. The first air sign is Gemini, so it's in the Gemini decan. of Aquarius. I know I'm going over beyond. I'm going like above. Like I'm doing astrology 301 right now, but feel me out. The element is in Pluto is in the last element, being in Aquarius. And you did Duolingo? Okay. I combined the kids from her episode. Hey TikTok Terry. Everybody's joining in. This is the see, I told you happy hour is like after 10.
Okay, I didn't know.
But so Pluto being in Aquarius is in this Gemini stage, which means like a lot of this information is coming out, a lot of information about AI, a lot of AI is advancing. That's what I meant to say. Pluto being in 3 degrees, it's never been in 3 degrees in Aquarius since 1777. Okay, so it's in a new degree and a new cycle. And when it was in 3 degrees of Pluto back in 1770, that's when we had the revolutions, the American wars, and all that stuff. Oh, I don't. Anyway,
So, like right now,
we got a hater. That means we're thriving. We got a hater in the comments. How do I block people?
they say I couldn't even see it.
It don't matter. Go ahead.
But no, what I was getting ready to also say is like, here's another aspect to look at this. Like
720 astrology joining. I'm sorry. These are all my TikTok buddies. Hey.
Hey everybody, welcome in. So like right now, what I have to work on with my relationship is with my daughter, and I'm gonna kind of be a little bit transparent. She's a teenager. We kind of bump ahead. She's an Aquarius, which is my opposite sign.
All
And
720. He's an Aquarius too. Go ahead. He's an astrologer too.
so she just turned 18 in January, and we kind of bumped heads in on her birthday, on her 17th birthday last year, 2024. So right now. So what it's saying? So right now, Pluto in Aquarius, which is in my 7th house, is in her 1st house, right? But anyway, for me, with the transits, for me, if we're talking relationships, I have Pluto opposing my sun right now. So that's saying that any relationship that is not functional, it will be broken up by me or the other person, and there'll be power struggles. And I have to avoid being dominant and showing others my superiority, and I should be careful when dealing with my superiors. So here's why this is affecting my daughter and my relationship, because Leo rules the sun. Leo rules the 5th house. The 5th house rules children and creativity and all that. So that's why this current situation that I'm experiencing is with my daughter. That's one of the reasons why. I mean, aside the fact that she's a goddamn teenager, and aside the fact that she's opposite, outside of this energy happening, which I knew was coming last year. But it caught me before I was ready for it. Let's just say that. And which is why we're talking, but we kind of butt heads, right? But she's, my opposite sign. And prior to this transit starting to happen, or the energy of it even coming through, my daughter and I are best friends. We may have our little nitpicks here and there.
How you cut off, Imani? We can't hear you.
Best friends.
There we go. Okay.
So, but with my relationship is happening because the ruler of my son, actually, even though it's in my 1st house, it actually owns the 5th house. Leo rules the 5th house in the collective of astrology, and again, the 5th house is your children. It is creativity. It's actually it's part of
rising too, though. So she's in your 7th house.
Huh?
She's in Aquarius rising too, though. So she's in your 7th house.
Yeah, she's in my 7th house,
which is opposing right now.
Which is opposing right now, exactly. So she's in my 7th house as well, because she's an Aquarius stellium too. She's an Aquarius
all her
sun.
Are opposing your placements, like me and my mother.
Yeah,
we don't have
it's not.
But we have opposing signs. I'm a Taurus. I mean, she's a Taurus sun. I'm a Scorpio sun. She's a Cancer moon. I'm a Capricorn moon. And I'm a Libra rising. She's an Aries. But we had those. It was tough for me too, and because we are when the Scorpio and Taurus nodes happened. When was that? 2021 when they discovered when they brought out the jabs. That's when me and my mother had our hit, because it was the nodes our sun signs were reflecting the nodes. So I
Oh
know
wow.
that this is going to affect y'all every time, and then probably every season when it's Aquarius or Leo season, it opposes too because of y'all suns being in each other's houses.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's what we've been. That's what we start to experience. And so on my part, I have to, really kind of dial back and let her. She 18 now, so now it's like I'm dealing with a different phase of her because she thinks she's grown. Even though her whatever is not even developed yet in her physically, she thinks she's grown. She's 18. I've instilled a lot in her. You got this internet that's influencing her and all these types of things. So I have to kind of take a different approach with her now,
That's the next
right?
in Aquarius generation where it's a lot of technology that came out when they were being born, the
Hmm.
generation Z's. So
Yeah.
Neptune was the illusions was the technology.
Yeah. So my on my part, in order for me to try to, salvage and maintain and heal our relationship, I have to dial back and, not be so dominant and not, have this superiority thing I have as a Leo. I had this
And even understand it's her time to reign.
and it and yeah. And so but there's got to be some kind of happy ending, um or to just to maintain that relationship with my daughter. I don't want us to, for the next 20 years that Pluto is in damn Aquarius, for us to be at odds with each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
that's,
the good side of it is since both of y'all have the lower deacon, the first deacon degrees in your sun and most of the other big three, right? I know your sun signs are both at the beginning in the first deacon.
I don't know
As
what
Pluto
yay.
moves like into the, further out degrees, it'll get easier.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think it will because she's kind of coming around now, but it's still a kind of a power struggle a little bit when I do talk to her. But nonetheless, we're talking.
Pluto is slow moving, so don't expect it to be tomorrow.
No, I know it's slow moving, but
Yeah.
because I understand the energy, because I know who she is, I have to work on how I need to kind of dial back because I am dominant. I could be brash. I'm dominant. I think my thinking is superior to a lot of other, at least those who she around thinking is superior in terms of just the way that I think. Not to say that I look down on them, but just that I know that I'm different. My mentality, my mindset is different.
Heart
Than
is in a good place. Leo's the heart.
huh?
Your heart is in a good place. Leo's the heart.
Yeah, my heart is in a good place. I'm just in a my mentally. I'm different, and so it may come off as superior to those who don't think like me. They all kind of think on a different level, and we think on a different level. So I have to kind of curtail that a little bit in order so that I can maintain that relationship. Not only same thing with my sister. My sister's a Scorpio, and I just had to kind of cut her off the other day. But she told me that same thing. You come off very authoritative and kind of this like you coming down on me and all this kind of stuff that she told me. And me sitting here talking right now, damn, that's probably how I came off at her the other day when I was just
Scorpio, you
here.
don't come off like that with me. I just don't take it that way. But I would just, respectfully say, put that selfish energy of superiority into yourself and raise yourself higher.
Yeah, yeah. And so these are the things that that's what I'm saying. These are the things that I'm kind of doing my self reflection on and noticing that okay, I need to these if we're talking relationships because this is where this thing is affecting me.
Right.
Relationships, I have to not put that outwardly and bring that inwardly where I'm expressing myself and where I'm kind of you being not really hard on myself, but I'm really elevating myself with it, not using it in a negative way, right? Where it's making people feel like I'm coming down on them, where it's making people feel like, I'm being brash or whatever. Cause that's, even though I'm very authoritative, I'm never coming from, I'm not gonna say never. Most of the time, I'm not coming from a malicious place. I'm always coming from a each one teach one place, a loving place, a caring place. Again, I'm a Venus in Cancer, so I'm always coming from. I'm your cheerleader place. I'm a Leo. We're your cheerleaders. We're your motivators. We the biggest supporters, your biggest cheerleaders, you know. So I'm
Brett,
always coming from, this is how you could be better. This is what I'm doing. You know, I give my own stories and my own testimonies. But, you know, a lot of people don't feel like, you know, sometimes it makes them feel bad that they haven't even learned about this information that they're telling. My sister feel like I'm coming down on her. Now, granted, a lot of those are her own insecurities, but at the same time, me being me does not help. Me being so, you know, this superiority complex or this brashness or this authoritativeness, like, do this way, blah 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 blah, it doesn't work for everybody. And so I have to learn how to be able to communicate and convey what I'm saying in order so that people can be receptive to it and they don't feel like I'm coming down and you need to do this and you know, because that's never how I'm trying to come. It's just, you should try practicing this, try practicing this. This is going to be better for your health, because I'm always about health. Leo is about health. So I'm always
Virgo would
about,
be more about health. But Brett
yes,
said it's very difficult not to say out loud how I feel. Obviously, get me in hard spots.
who
I
said
would
that?
say Brett said that. I would say that it depends on your personal planets and their placements too,
Mm-hmm.
about how hard it is to say stuff. Mercury,
Mm-hmm.
out loud, Mars, Venus from the heart space. But hard spots could be like Imani's talking about. It could be what's the word you just used? That you said your sister's superior.
Yeah. I
But
mean, we're naturally
you don't
designed
need
with
that motivation of watching somebody superior. Like that's what I mean. Like the rising signs can watch the sun signs and how they um, step into their power, because your sun sign is your overall presence. You know, your rising sign is how you come across, but the sun sign is your overall presence. So, like, you know,
you
I can
see
be
what you
resting bitch face sometimes, so some people know that I'm Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? Like, Leos stand out and make themselves present. That's superiority. So, if for somebody that needs that kind of energy to motivate them, that might be like a little mild in the shell type Cancer, or you know, like a Virgo that's trying to perfect everything. You need to be more brave, more you know, like don't be hard on yourself. Number one, because all of our signs have our positives and our negatives, our
yeah.
elevating and our comfort zone where we need to move away from. Our nodes, even within, you know, every sign has its um, opposite sign where we also are using some of those
Energy.
positives and negatives. So, like
Mm-hmm.
Leo's opposite sign is Aquarius. Aquarius's positives is that they're always new, they're always futuristic, they're always unique. You know, they're always um, trying to do something for humanity. But then the opposite sign of that could be they are so unique that they want to be weird and fall back from everybody. They don't have a care in the world. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
they give off cold shoulder because they don't have that care in the world. You know, like so.
The
Um,
real
so
disconnect.
the ghosters, the great ghosters, is what I call the Aquarius. And so where you find balance in all of our positive and negatives, all our opposing sister signs and partner signs, where you find balance in that is where all of this will help you transform and elevate,
Yeah.
which is
So
why
it's all
we talk
about
about
finding them.
astrology and numerology and all that in the first place. It's not like that's why I had to put that commenter out who said we need Jesus. Please, Pisces has to do with ending these cycles. Nobody's saying that you have to hate any of your beliefs, because I'm not going to tell you to hate Jesus, even though I don't believe in Jesus. Don't come over here hating on what I believe in, because I don't go over there hating on what you believe in.
And see, I still believe in Jesus. I still believe in all that, but at the same time, I believe in astrology, which as Christianity say you're not supposed to practice any spiritualism or anything. But at the same time, it also contradicts. But what speaks to my spirit and my soul, and what's called me and made me closer to the religious part of it, and is the astrology. This is what was brought to me to even explore anything spiritually. So
What I'm saying is, like, if you don't find any interest in astrology or you don't want to know, you don't come over hating on somebody. Like, I don't want to. I've already been
exactly.
through my Christianity. I don't want it anymore, but I'm not gonna go hating on somebody's live that's doing it.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm gonna go hate on somebody live and just like, and I'm not
Yeah,
going
the spirituality part of Pisces is figuring out what limited beliefs you have and maybe rising and starting a new cycle with that.
right. And same thing with the Jupiter. Jupiter is spiritual. So
Yep.
you gotta do what works for you, what speaks for you, what motivates you to grow and elevate, what speaks to your soul, your inner man, and everything, and let everything else play out. Because to me, when I go
Comment or
to,
question. We got a lot of people in the.
I'm sorry.
Got a good amount of people in here now. So leave a comment or question, and thank you for the likes.
Yes.
And please follow us if you're not following us.
Yep.
But we're gonna wrap this up soon because I got to go to the job that I can't release yet. But okay, as a matter of fact, shout out to Sunny motherfucking Money, one of my astrology teachers. Shout out to Scorpio Mystique.
Love him.
And all the people I follow a lot of astrologers. Shout out to Jamal Robinson, aka 720 Astrology, who came in here a few minutes ago. Thank you for being here. And all the people who knew their stuff. And Brett, a new friend, because I've never seen your name until in here, but definitely follow me and I'll follow back. Dating a Pisces. Brett is a Leo dating a Pisces. Wow. That's the Pisces sign, right? I sometimes get it mixed with I don't know why I get these still, and I've been studying astrology for a minute. I don't know why the symbols still trick me for Pisces and Gemini. That's not the Gemini sign, that's the Pisces sign, right? Okay, so dating a Pisces and appreciate and learn from his strong emotions. Okay, Brett. He's Jewish. Learning and loving. Okay. So Pisces, we just talked about that spirituality is the Jewish piece. And they got a lot to teach because, that's the last sign. That's like the wise old man, I call it. Aquarius, I call the cap signs. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. The last 3 signs of the zodiac are like the wise old men sign.
Yeah, because Capricorn is like the daddy.
Yeah, the grandfather. Jupiter's the daddy, Sagittarius. The grandfather. And then Aquarius is like the old wizard.
Yeah.
And then Pisces is like the old Pope type, like, the higher than thou, up in the already dead, the spirit. That's what the Pisces is.
Yeah. And believe it or not, Aquarius is kind of like, they have like a I am God kind of complex.
But so does the Aquarius is the gods and the Leos are the celebrities. So it's still kind of the I'm better than that.
Yeah. That's the
and then the other fixed signs, the Taurus and the Scorpio, we're just the bosses. Fixed energy is like we know everything, we've done everything, we are everything. That's what fixed energy is, the fixed signs. Shout out to the fixed signs.
So we tried to really kind of touch, before we wrap up, we try to, touch on, this 90-day thing for you, but just try to do it in quarters, because astrology in and of itself can be very overwhelming when you really get into everything. But if you just kind of make it practical and focus on what you have going on currently, and just sit down and listen to your inner man.
Follow Brett.
And listen to your inner man and where you are today, and kind of focus on what tweaks you need to make, and just kind of to use the energy to help you go in a direction that you're supposed to go in, to follow your true north node. So for me, again, I'm a Virgo north node. I'm supposed to be, collaborating, servicing, bringing people together, being disciplined, organized, focusing on my health, maintaining my stability, focusing on my finances and all that.
So listen up.
Yeah, so and then I got Saturn there and there, so I'm gonna have I gotta go with the challenges of Saturn and Virgo, and that's where my natal is. But
being responsible.
Yeah, and Saturn is again. Let me tell you, I'm
governing. Self-govern. Hold on, really quick too. Self-governing is so important with Saturn being in Pisces. About to leave that too and going to Aries. Because the government Saturn is the ruler of the government. Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. Saturn in Capricorn is more about the government and the restriction, and Saturn Aquarius is about the freedom of humanity. But even though we're in Saturn and Pisces now, that's about wrapping this all up. As you notice in real life, in real time, y'all, that's why astrology, this is a truth channel. I have a lot of people in here that's patriots, and, I don't care what y'all say. We love Trump, but it's more about tying this into the government ending, okay? And Trump being that Leo rising, he's still tapping into that Aquarius side. He's tapping into, and he's a Gemini sun, which is also a earth sign. An air sign. Yeah. And all that to say is that it was going to take a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, almost two of them, to change all this, because how much of the government is crooked? You know what I'm saying? And been crooked, and it's got to stop. It's literally got to stop. It's in Capricorn since 2008 up until this 2024, right? And all that time, it was nothing but big corruption on top of big corruption. And look where we are now. There's no blaming on, politics and all that stuff. We literally, without politics, all politics aside, even though Saturn is what I'm talking about and Capricorn is what I'm talking about, going into this Aquarius energy. Because Saturn is ruling Pluto right now, because it's in Aquarius, it's going to give us that freedom that Saturn also rules. It's going to give us that next level. It's going to give us that break from authority as we move into Aries. But I think Saturn in Aries is going to be like the civil war that we're also talking about or stepping into. Anyway, I just want to talk on that. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah. So nonetheless, that's, I don't even know what the hell I was saying, but anyway, that's what you kind of have to focus on when you're talking about like setting goals and plans for yourself. You want to follow your truth north node, and you want to use these transiting energies as they come through your houses and focus on those areas of your life. So again, Mars is getting ready to be in Leo, and so that's going to go into my first house. And so Mars is a take action planet. It is a war. It's fighting to. It's going to be fighting to and forcing me to kind of express myself, to be creative, to manifest what it is when it's going to be in Leo, and all this Leo stellium that it's going conjunct and trine and do all these different aspects with. It's going to make me focus on very specific areas of my life as it transits my first house when it does. Right now, again, I got to focus on, and this is in tandem. This is along with me focusing on my second house, and things that's transiting my second house. And I want to also bring this to a point. I don't know what your ages are all in the chat, but like I said, between 38 and 40, I guess 6 or whatever, you're going to have your chrysalis. That's your Uranus opposite, right? If you're not already experiencing like Z, you finished with yours, right? You have Uranus
when it moves out. Yeah, mine was in the mid. Mine was in the second decan.
You have Uranus in what? Scorpio too?
Yeah, but it's like it's at 9 degrees, so it's like it's the end of the first decan actually.
Yeah, so and I have Uranus and Scorpio at what, 16 degrees?
I want you to finish, but we got a good question. I'm gonna get to you, Jamal, in a second because that's a very good question.
Okay, so yeah, so anyway, so you experience Uranus in Uranus opposite first, then your Saturn opposite, as you all see. Mm-hmm. Saturn is currently in Pisces at 22 degrees. It's opposing my Saturn, even though it's not, doing anything. It's probably already did it because Saturn's been in Pisces for a while. But it's opposing my second house where I have Saturn.
Not really, because your Saturn's at 11.
But it at some point
it just passed the year.
Yeah, at some point it actually was at the same degree. So you'll go through your Uranus opposite, you go through your Saturn opposite shortly after, right? And then you'll go through your Pluto opposite.
Yeah.
Your North Node, your Pluto opposite,
and Pluto then opposite probably won't even come till we're like good and old.
Yeah. So and that's
ours won't come until Saturn and Aries. I mean, Pluto and Aries, which is. Hopefully he'll still be alive.
So yeah, Pluto. I mean, I'm not sorry, not Pluto opposite, but I'm calling it Pluto opposite because it's opposing my first house. It's in my It's
Yeah.
in my seventh house. So I'm gonna be experiencing this Pluto energy for a while, for 20
Right.
years, because
Because
it's
it's a
opposing
rising
my
sign.
seventh house. So I don't know, you may not, you're not going to, some of us may or may not experience our
So
Pluto.
houses, some of us may.
Yeah, in the houses you
On
may.
rising signs if you're Leo currently.
Yeah. So that's what it'll affect. The Pluto is affecting, the fixed signs basically.
Okay, hold on. Can we answer this question real quick for Jamal? Because this is cool.
Okay.
You don't like talking about politics too much, but you know about T-squaring, right? So he said, what are your thoughts on the eclipse, which is in Virgo, T-squaring Trump's sun, which is in Gemini? And I'm thinking his degree because Gemini season ends June 20th. June 21st is the first day of Cancer season. So he would be at about 22 degrees, and his eclipse is at 24. So that's a T-square between the mutable signs. Okay. I would say because those are two signs that are ruled by Mercury, there's going to be a lot of conversation, a lot more information, heavy because eclipse broaden the energies. I'm going to say we're going to hear a whole lot this next few days of stuff that is going to change. Mutable is adapting. It's going to be stuff that we got to adapt to. The eclipse is Mercury ruled. The eclipse is Mercury ruled, and then Mercury goes into retrograde the very next day. It is Mercury day right now, and we're giving a whole lot of information. We've been here for 2 hours, 3 if you count when we came in, 2.5 because we came in 8:30 to 9. We've been in talking mode today. We've been in the mode to communicate today, and I feel that the eclipse and everybody that has mutable placements in that last decan, those of you born at the end of Gemini season, at the end of Virgo season, at the end of Pisces season, those of you got birthdays next week, right? And at the end of Sagittarius season. Those of you born in any of those 14s, that would be June 14th, which is Trump's birthday. What is Virgo? September 14th. December 14th, which is my ex's birthday, Hika. And what was the other one? Pisces, March 14th. So tomorrow, or the day the Mercury goes retrograde. All y'all's birthdays in that last week of those mutable seasons, y'all gonna be the ones that are gonna affect this. You're gonna feel this the most. You're gonna feel this the most. I can't do your chart right now on live, and I'm about to go to bed, Brett. But yeah, you already told us your rising signs. You're daytime born too in Illinois.
So again, just a quick recap. You focus on, where you whatever, if you've pulled your chart, in order to be able to plan according to these transits in happening in whatever houses these transits are happening. Just kind of, focus on where these transits are happening and what's happening in your life. Second and eighth house, if that's lit up, if that's got a lot of planets going on, focus there. Wherever houses you see all the orange or the transiting planets happening, that's where it's most active. That's in the sky for you, and that's how you plan. So if you're having issues with money, but you've been finding yourself escaping, kind of ignoring it and still going, you need to change that energy and focus on, organizing and stabilizing and revisiting and replanning with your finances and things like that. If it's in your third house, that's your communication. Opposing what would that be the ninth house, which is travel and higher education. Yep. So it just depends on where the planets are.
Those are the mutable houses.
Yep. Yeah. So it depends on where.
You said the third, I just lost the third, ninth, sixth, and the 11th. I mean, not the 11th, the 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't have any questions, or we'll be back with some more, because again, it's a lot, and I'm gonna try to go daily now that I'm putting myself out here on, how I'm utilizing and harvesting this energy, what steps I'm taking, what challenges I may be having, and I want to kind of make it fun, be creative with it. So it'll, just kind of boost up my channel, make it fun, and get you all involved And you know, give feedback on how it's helping you, or if you're following along or whatever. But me, this is how I think that I'm going to kind of elevate my life and transform and, you know, glow up and all those good things by using this. And it'll help me focus more because, again, my Mars and Gemini energies tends to take over my damn life and is not helping me now that I have Pisces transiting my
But
eighth
the
house.
good side of Mars and Gemini energy is that you like to talk and give information.
Yeah. And that's what I'm
We
supposed
can
to
wrap it up with that because we could talk all night.
and I'm supposed to inform. So that's what I'm doing. As a human design, I'm supposed to inform. So
That's right. Emotionally and touching to other people's emotions, you know, and help
follow
them
me,
manifest.
follow me.
That's right. Follow Imani, follow me. We appreciate y'all. Brett,
Keep
nice
a fair preference.
talking with you. Thank you, Ja, for coming back. We about to get off though. We've been on here a minute. Ja, thank
Yeah.
you for the time you put in earlier too.
Yes, thank you.
And everybody for coming through. I don't think
Hopefully next time we can get his numerology perspective on the next one.
I
Okay.
think Mercury Day is a good day to do this.
Yeah.
The information anyway. So, like, can we do it every Wednesday at least? And we probably come in other days too, or we're going to stick to Wednesdays?
I would like to stick to Wednesdays. I'll let you know more because I got an interview tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's get
Okay.
it.
All right.
Imani, you get that interview tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace, everybody.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Get out of there. It's so
I
big
don't know how
at
to
the
get out
top. Oh my God. Let me go to the bottom. In live. Live.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm
Easier to see,
doing.
but now I can't see it because of the thing.
The green screen. Okay.
Where's the button? Imani got off. Hey, y'all. I'm trying to get off. There it is. Bye, y'all.